let's talk Poshmark shows. Are they worth it? What are your thoughts? Do you make a lot of sales? Do you make a lot of money? Do you like them? Not like them? I want to know. When they first came out, when I would accidentally get into a show, I would just click right out because it's like, Now I have sold a few things and I can see some of the benefit from the shows. However, I don't know if the benefit outweighs some of the issues with the shows. I have about 3 shows right now that I do like to attend. I like the host's personality. I trust them. I trust who they have in their shows, what things they're running. However, I've heard a lot of shady practices, let's say, going on. So you have to be cautious with who you're trusting. So you go into the show. Most of the time things are run for 30 seconds. So you have 30 seconds. I'm an indecisive person. So 30 seconds usually is not long enough for me. Yes, you can click on the item and go into their listing, but 30 seconds to make a decision when some of these items are designers. I can't make a decision that fast. Yes, you can pre-shop on the tray. So the benefits, I'd say, from the shows are you do get to meet fellow sellers. You may, if you're in what I would say a good show, you're going to get maybe advice. You can ask questions, get some help, kind of vent, share your frustrations, and just kind of get to know other sellers. And, maybe if sales are slow, you get to hear other sellers in the chat saying, yes, my sales are slow too. So then you don't feel like you're alone. So the social aspect of it, because especially if you're doing this full time, like I am, it can be pretty lonely. I mean, you're at home. Yeah, you may go thrifting, so you get some interaction that way, but you don't have coworkers. So it's a way to kind of, in a sense, have coworkers. And if you find a good host that you, again, trust, especially if it's like some designer bags, you can learn a lot. Now, one of the shows that I really like is the girl's name is Brandy, our lady's name is Brandy. She does cuss and she's a little, she'll tell you like it is. So if you don't like that, then her show's not going to be. However, she, number one, will call out people and she'll question things. Like she follows the rules, okay? There's rules in her show and she follows them. So I like that. She knows her stuff about designer bags and she will take the time if something comes up and she's questioning it, or even if it is legit, like she will take the time a lot of times to say, okay, do you see this tag on here? This is how you know that this is legit. Look at, this font or what have you. So I feel like attending her shows a lot of times is educational as well. And she really tries to sell your items when when your stuff comes up. And there's a ton of shows. So there's all different personalities. So you just have to find one that you like and that you connect with. Because sometimes you can be attending a show, watching it for hours, and maybe you get one thing of yours shared, at the most 2. So time-wise and return on investment, if you just look at it as time in the show versus sale, overall, it's not fair. However, the benefit of the show is you're getting to meet, virtually meet other sellers. And during the show, if it's a good show, everybody that's in there is sharing your items. So you may have, okay, I have this beige dress that I'm steaming. And maybe the people that are following me, I don't know, it would be interesting to know how people search on Posh. If you purchase off Posh, do you just scroll through the feed and see what you like? Or do you type in tan and cream tube dress. Like, how do you shop? But anyway, so the people who are following me, they might not like this, but maybe somebody in a show, their audience who follows them loves this kind of style. So that person, I put it in a show, and that person shares it, maybe one of their followers then purchases from me. So that's kind of like the benefit of it. Or maybe a fellow seller sees it and is like, oh, okay, well, I'm going to buy from her closet, and you just kind of support each other. So that's one of the things. Now, you do have to read. Some hosts have rules, most of them, on what type of items. You know, there could be like a pink day where you only share pink things, or only purses, or that kind of thing. So you do have to pay attention to that. And if you're not, most of them have flyers, but if you're not sure, just ask. From a buying point of view, their shows are auction style, so sometimes you can get a really good deal. Those are the pluses on what I would say. However, you have to spend, I feel like, a lot of time. Some of the people who host shows are on there for hours and hours. And if you put something, let's say I go to a show and I put something in the tray, it's called, well, there can be up to 500 in like the big tray they call it, but only 50 at a time can get into the small tray. So it can be hours before your item comes up. And to be respectful, even if you don't stay on the show, you should keep going back in and checking and trying to participate in the show, you know, with comments and like giving hearts, sharing items. So it can take a lot of time away from actually listing. Look at how cute this little outfit is for a little kid. There can be a whole lot of drama. I personally have not posted a show myself. I don't know if I want to take the time, to be honest. But there is just, there can be so much drama. It sounds like, you know, if you get a lot of people going to your show and somebody doesn't like you, or, you know, you follow the rules of your show and people come in and are like, why aren't you running my stuff? And I've been here, you know, for hours and you haven't run it. It just sounds like, you know, people can get a little testy. I feel like Posh in general, and like these shows, are devaluing brands. I mean, some of these shows you'll go in and there'll be some designer bags, and like I said, I'm not seeing this as much, but people will start it at $3 for designer stuff. And yes, you may get a bidding war, but you may not. So sometimes things like go for like $50, $100 for like a Louis Vuitton item. So it's devaluing not only the brand, but then, okay, if a person's shopping, are they gonna go to your closet and just spend the money outright when maybe there's a possibility if they go to a show they can get it for half price? So I feel like maybe it's taking away from some sales. And you have to be so careful because, like I said, you're getting 30 seconds pretty much, and there has been numerous stories of counterfeit items. If you purchase something over 500, Poshmark will authenticate it, but so you have to be so careful. And then this creates another problem that I've been hearing and seeing is, okay, a seller comes in. They start an item, Louis Vuitton wallet, let's say, at $10, hoping that it'll get a bidding war. Maybe there's like 80 people in the show, but you don't know. Are those 80 people, how many of them are actual buyers ready to purchase? How many of them are just other sellers? So it may only go for $50. And it sounds like a problem that then the seller will cancel the order because it didn't go as high as they thought. My thought is, don't start it low if you're not willing. If you want to get $500 for that, then start it at $500 or $450. Like, don't start low starts if you are not willing to ship it out at that. So I feel like that is hurting the platform, because if that keeps happening, then people are going to have less trust with the platform, with sellers. So that's a problem. And I personally feel like my sales really took a tank when the shows started. Have I been active in a lot of shows? No. So maybe that's why. However, I'm just not going to spend that time like all day. There's this select amount of people that, yes, I'll go to their show, but I just feel like I don't want to spend all that time. And since I have a hard time focusing on things, I'm not one that, okay, I can have a show playing on my phone, but yet I'm listing here, and I try to do that. However, I still then end up getting sucked into the show and just, watching the chat, talking on that, and then not listening. So if I'm in a show, chances are maybe I could probably steam or take photos and listen, but as far as actually listing items, no, I couldn't. My brain doesn't work that way. So for me, it's just not a good ROI. And unfortunately, I don't know. We'll see what the fourth quarter. I'm still going to sell on Posh. I'm going to put my items up there. But yeah, my sales have definitely went down since they started doing these live shows. I would love to know your thoughts. If you attend shows, do you attend them to share your items, to get social, networks? Do you attend them to purchase? What are your thoughts on them? And yeah, just let me know what your thoughts are. Thanks for watching, and I hope that if you want to see more reselling content once a week, that you will hit that subscribe button and join me here. Thanks. I'll see you next time. Bye.